Hey Scott, thank you so much, man, for showing up to this call today. Obviously, I know that you're a very busy person yourself, and I appreciate the time for you joining us today to pretty much ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks for having me, bud. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. How's your day going so far?
Man, busy. I've already been on 4 calls this morning, and I think I got a couple more after I get done with you.
All right, sounds great, man. Sounds great. So I won't take too much of your time, but obviously, you've been in business with us for a little bit, and it's pretty much this call is just we're gonna ask you a couple questions. We just want to know what's been your experience working with us at Credit Repair Automation Services. So like I said, I'll have a couple questions for you, and yeah, I think we can knock this out in like 10, 15 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're always welcome to my time.
All right, appreciate it, appreciate it. Cool, man. So, like I said, I'll get straight to it. I was gonna ask you, Scott. What was it that got you interested in our program?
It was just trying to elevate what I was currently doing, take it to the next level, and just the interaction that we had on Facebook and personally with you, really kind of sealed the deal. But just the ability to automate things, and to take that to the next level is really what intrigued me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, I feel like a lot of people, at least the way that credit repair is advertised, sometimes like it sounds like I don't know. It sounds like it's how can I say it? Like if it's like if it gets done on its own, right? But once you actually get into the industry, you happen to figure out that there's a lot of moving pieces into actually running a business,
Ab-
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely. Yeah. You've got to, there's so much that you're trying to balance, and trying to juggle on top of staying current and relevant on the changing laws and things like that, and just trying to keep all that straight in your head, plus all the tasks. You can easily get overwhelmed with it if you don't have a system in place. Which, once again, talking about credit repair automations.
yeah. Awesome, man. And then the next question for you is, what made you decide to partner up with us than to attempt to launch this business on your own?
Absolutely. I think it was the onboarding call that you and I had. The team was fantastic. The feedback was great, but just getting on that call and being able to ask the questions that I had, to know for myself, how this was going to work, and just being able to walk through that process with you is 100% what sealed the deal. I mean, I think I remember after we got off the call, I shot you a text. I was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah. I do remember that. So that was pretty smooth. Awesome, man. My next question for you is, how has your knowledge improved since you joined this program? And also, what are you expecting to generate in the next 12 months? Like, what are you actually expecting to achieve, within a year, once you're into a year into this program?
Well, I would say, as far as the knowledge goes, there's a lot of really smart people in the program,
Mhm.
and having that resource to reach out to, as well as the team, and just say, okay, this is a new situation for me, or I'm having a difficulty with this. What do you guys recommend? What has been your experience? Whether it's anything from social media to something very specific on our credit report, there's someone with that knowledge, that you get that exclusive access to, which is key. As far as what I'm going to generate in the next 12 months, I mean, I'm already growing. I'm already moving. Like I said, I had a couple calls this morning. I've got a couple more after this, and the fact that, I've got a dedicated team where I can just shoot a message and be like, all right, sign them up, let's go.
Yeah.
Start the process. So it's definitely going to grow. My hope,
Yeah.
is that at some point, in this next year, I will have a couple other people, onboarded as specialists with my company, to really step our game up as far as, being able to help other people.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, obviously, we'll be there along the way of any changes within, your business to be able to help you, support you and scale. Also, one thing that I think is very cool about you too is like, you have your own kind of what do you call that? Like ideal client. Pretty
Mhm.
much, you have vets first credit. So that's something that's very cool. Like, how has that actually been for you that, you're pretty much a vet,
It's it's different.
Okay.
So just with veterans in general, we're very trust is huge with us.
Yeah.
And anything where I go, whether I walk into a store or whatever, for me personally, I'm not doing business with someone that I don't trust.
100%.
And I know a lot of veterans are out there like that, and we have our own unique challenges that we've gone through in our life, including things that have hit our credit. And so being able to sit down with them and use military terms, using jargon, to build that rapport and that relationship with them, they know where I'm coming from. They know I understand their situation, and so being able to help everyone, but with
Yeah.
that experience and that knowledge that is specifically focused on veterans is huge.
Yeah.
But it also makes the onboarding a bit different than your maybe typical credit client.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now that's pretty cool. I want to touch on that because at the end of the day, like we all, any credit repair business owner, any kind of business owner in general, like we all attract a different audience, right?
Mhm.
But the point is, like, there's clients for everybody. It doesn't matter, like, what you do, or if you're a vet, or if you're, white, black, green, or anything. You know what I mean? Like, at
Right.
the end of the day, everybody has a different audience. I'm sure there's like, I've serviced like over 3,000 people, but at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of people that would rather do business with you because they just like click with you more than me. And then it's also the opposite way, right? There's going to be a lot of clients that would be like,
100%.
oh, I would want to do business with Alex instead of Scott. So at the end
Yep.
of the day, there's business for everybody. Doesn't matter, what
There's
background you have.
there's so
People,
many people out there that need our help, and to achieve and to realize that their dreams, whether that be home ownership or debt free or whatever. There's so many people that need that help and that support. And I think that's probably one of the best things about this program, is once again being able to tap into those resources that are exclusive to the program, and just say, once again, hey, here's the situation, here's what's going on with this client,
yeah,
who can help, who can help me help them.
yeah. Now, I did want to ask you one thing about, you being a vet. Like, what would you say your clients actually want to achieve when they come to you for credit repair? Like, what are they
So
usually trying to do?
I think that they want to do, what all clients want to do. A lot of people, they go in somewhere and they get denied for something. Speaking from my own experience,
Mhm.
if I were to walk into a car dealership and get denied a loan, I'm never going back to that car dealership again for any reason. Doesn't matter what my credit is.
Yeah.
It's just that negative connotation that's in there. And so
Mhm.
being able to reach out, to veterans and say, hey, you have this goal. You want to get rid of this debt, or you want to get this new car, or you want to, get your next home for you. You've got a kid on the way and you want to get there. There's things we can do to help you with that, and remove some of that stigma,
Yeah.
um, that they may be experiencing.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, the reason why I asked you is because I work with a lot of like real estate people, but I know you guys have like special programs for veterans, right? When they come to
Right.
houses. Cool, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. So one of the guys I'm meeting later this afternoon when we get off the call, he focuses specifically, he's on veterans as a loan broker.
Okay.
And so one of his big products is that VA home loan.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't understand how that works, and the nuances behind it. It's not just like walking into Bank of America or whatever to get a loan, for a home. There's other things that have to happen, and he's very experienced at that. And
Yeah.
at the same time, he has clients that need help, and he wants to support other veteran businesses. And so he reaches out to me and says, "Okay, Scott, here's where he is. What can we do, and what's the timeline on that?"
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing, man. Cool. So the next question for you, man, is what has been the level of service for you within the backend team, right? Within the actual, the assistants, the disputing team, the customer service team. I mean, the funding team, all of
It's actually been a really enjoyable experience. It's pretty simple. It's pretty streamlined.
it. Yeah.
I was talking to you about this the other day. One of the disputing team, managers. came back in, and I had a client meeting that night, and I wanted to get an audit done
Mhm.
before they left the office, and I just shot a quick message and saying, "Hey, is it possible to get this done so I have everything I need to go talk to this client and help them achieve their dreams?" And they responded very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had any issues with the back end team at all. They've been nothing but supportive and communicative.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm very happy to hear that, man. I do have one more question, before we hop off this call. And the question is, what would you say to anyone who is on the edge of launching their business with our partnership program?
So I would say just do it. I know that's going to sound cliche, but if you're thinking about starting your business and you've done the research and you want to do it, start it.
Yeah.
Just start it. You're going to learn so much once it's off the ground, once it's running or trying to run, or getting that first client, whatever. You're going to learn so much about business itself as well as your business and your capabilities. And if you're already in that position where you have launched and you're trying to elevate and you're trying to step your game up, I can't think of a better partnership for the credit repair industry than credit automations. I mean, they're being able to automate those tasks that are taking so much of our time in the credit repair industry, and then have a team dedicated to helping you make those dreams happen for your clients, and having exclusive access to other partners, um, as a knowledge base, as an experience base, is massive. It's the amount of value you're going to get for that is insane. So if you're on the fence, just just do it. Don't hesitate anymore. Make it happen.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. Like, even for me, right? I've been in like so many different business ventures even before I started my credit repair business, and honestly, there's never like a perfect time to do anything, right?
Nope.
Like even like me and you having this meeting right now, like it's not the perfect time for me and you to have this meeting. It's like
Right.
we just said, hey, man, I think we can make it happen. Let's make it happen, right? So
Yeah, no, absolutely.
never really a perfect time to do anything. But the best thing you could do is take action, get going, and then things are gonna fall into place where they need to fall into place, right? But
Exactly, exactly. You're gonna once you're on that journey, once you're, one foot in front of the other, um, you're gonna figure out what you need to do next, or a roadblock is gonna happen and you're gonna have a hurdle to overcome. But none of that matters if you don't take that first step. You have to take that first step. And once again, that just gets back. If you're on the fence about this, stop. Get on the other side. Let's go.
yeah,
It's great.
absolutely, man. The only thing that destroys dreams is like fear. You know what I mean? Because,
Yep.
and I get it. Like, as a consumer, as somebody that's getting started in a business, like, the unknown is a bit scary. But at the end of the day, like, I think the most important thing, to be honest, with anyone that wants to not only get work with us, but just get into any business that they already did research on, um, what do you call that? The best thing you can do is just get started, right? Just get started. Just start, and it's always gonna, play out how it should play out, right?
Yeah. No. Absolutely. If you've got a passion and a dream, and you've done the research, and you've figured out that, yes, this is something I want to do, but maybe I don't know what the next step is. There's only, I mean, you can research to your heart's content. You can Google anything. You can YouTube University anything.
Yeah,
But you have to take that first step. You have to say, I am going to do this, and then take a step towards that, whether that means forming your LLC, or whatever, opening a new account, or just sending an email, or signing up for a partnership program. Whatever that first step is, you have to take that first step. It's the only way to figure out what step number two is for
yeah,
you, because every business, everything is unique. Processes may be similar, but you are unique. Your experience is unique. And so you have to figure out what step two is after you take step one. And I think I'm fortunate in that I took a lot of those steps with credit automations, and I was able to learn what those steps were from people who had been there, and then translate that into my own unique business plan and my own unique structure.
100%. Cool, man. Well, like I said, man, I appreciate you coming out to this call. I appreciate you for making the time. And so, yeah, man, I'll be seeing you pretty soon since I see you on all the calls, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Okay.
absolutely, man.
All right, Scott. Appreciate you, man. Well, I'll see you
Yeah.
pretty soon. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, man. Peace.